I call this DCM to order at 11:37 a.m. Shay Chan, your Oahu Island coordinator, will lead us in the team club pledge.
Okay, everyone stand. If you need a cheese, it's on your nose, but you guys should memorize it, right? Okay, right hand up. I pledge on my honor to uphold the objects of Key Club International, to build my home school and community, to serve my nation and God, and to combat all forces which tend to undermine these institutions. You guys can all have
Okay, roll call and club reports. Aiea.
Sorry, no, I said God. I'm sorry, we're not
Okay, Aiea is present just here. Okay. Aiea is present with 3 members, 3 officers, and 2 faculty advisors. And as for our club report, in the past month, well, since we haven't reported for like the last DCM, in December we had Eco Tree, and we helped out for a couple dates at the beginning of the month and in the middle of the month. And then we made cards, and we volunteered at the Honolulu Marathon serving drinks on the finish line. Then this month, we started the year off with Kuakini barcoding. We probably barcoded the most stuff we've ever barcoded for like 6 hours. And then we had our Kiwanis car wash last Sunday, so we were there with Waipahu and Mililani. And yeah, so hopefully we raise some money for the club. And upcoming events, we might do some, Great Aloha Run in February, and yeah. We might have a recycling project with one of the elementary schools, but we're not sure yet next week. And we have no concerns.
Thank you.
Okay, so council is here with 1 officer and 1 Kiwanis advisor. In the past month, for December, we have done bell ringing, or that's all that we've done that we haven't reported at the last DCM. And for the future projects, next week, Wednesday, we're doing our usual packed newsletter folding. And February 4th, which is a Saturday, we're doing the Kaneohe graffiti paint out. That's also with the pact. And should I report for later projects for like March?
No, you can report at convention.
Okay.
Thank you. Iamani.
We're here, Yolani's here with just 1 officer, and me, that's it. And our past projects include Salvation Army Bell Ringing and the Honolulu Marathon. And future projects include a blood drive. And that's all I know as of now.
Kaiser's here with 2 officers, 3 members, 1 faculty advisor, and 1 divisional team member. And our past events since the last DCM have been the Honolulu Marathon, the Kiwanis Family Night, we did a Sandy Beach cleanup, we did bell ringing in front of Safeway for Salvation Army. This week we had paper recycling, and we were going to do this project with Hawaii Kaihui. It was canceled, but we have another one coming up. And upcoming events are tomorrow we have a campus beautification at our school, and we have another paper recycling. That's it.
Marinol is present with 3 officers. Past events would include bingo with the elderly at Arcadia. And upcoming events also include bingo with Arcadia in February. Teens for Jeans is upcoming week, and feeding the homeless at IHS.
Milani.
Milani is here with 30 members.
The past projects we did was Read to Me, Angel Tree, and Car Wash. We have a campus beautification and Read to Me projects.
Panahal.
Bruno was present with one div team member, and past projects include bell ringing for Salvation Army, one staff 40 times. We helped out at the Honolulu Marathon, and we had our gardening project on our campus. Some upcoming projects include fundraising at our basketball games for PCP.
St. Louis.
St. Louis is present with 2 officers, and our past projects include bell ringing at Walmart, Honolulu Marathon, and we made this dance for disabled people, and we have no upcoming projects. Yeah.
Waipahu is present with 6 officers and 10 members. Our past projects is 8th grade orientation, Kiwani's Car Wash, bell ringing at Punina Walmart, and Angel Tree. Our upcoming projects is USS Missouri, Drug Free Fair, Mahalo March Cleanup, Relay for Life, and we have elections coming up next month.
Okay, moving on to old business. So, just a reminder, you all have nice agendas with fireworks on them and a big note section, so use it. Okay. Old business, club membership dues. So right now we only have 1 club in our division that hasn't paid their dues yet, and that is actually a major improvement from the past couple of years. So good job, everyone. So your island coordinator, Ms. Masahara, and I are working on getting that last club to pay their dues. It's actually on Oahu. But besides that, just a reminder, especially for next year when you pay dues again, the reason we do pay dues is because the Kiwanis are responsible, the Kiwanis, like our sponsoring Kiwanis, are responsible for our safety. So if we do not pay dues, then basically we shouldn't be participating in events because we have to pay dues.
Because it's insurance,
Yeah.
the liability.
Any questions? Okay. Service and members in good standing. So please, please, please remember to do service each month because Key Club is a service organization and we are committed to serving our home schools and communities. I've been looking over your MRFs and some of your clubs seem to be lacking a little in like the service aspect. You are like maybe interacting with your Kiwanis and having board meetings, but like the most important thing is to have service projects for your members. So if you need help, you can always contact me or Colin, preferably Colin, and seeing as he is on Oahu, to find service projects. But besides that, just remember, Key Club service, Key Club service, yeah. Any questions? Okay. Division Project PTP. Does anyone know what PTP is? Yeah. Oh, Gina. Stand up. What? Okay, so it's Pediatric Trauma Program Prevention. Do you know what PTP is about?
Product Eliminate and UNICEF. Yes? No? Just kidding.
Yes, Gina.
It's about, like, to help. No, to like, was it to, wait, just kidding, never mind.
Shay, could you explain PTP?
Okay, so PTP basically, so a lot of the accidents that happen that have to go down to the ER are actually children. So we want to prevent that. So some of the incidents that might cause that might be car crashes where the child isn't properly strapped in or not in the proper booster seat. or falling off of a bike and hitting their head because they weren't wearing a helmet or pads. So what we want to do is we want to educate people about preventing these things and the money goes towards like having like little rallies to teach parents which boosters their child should have based on their height and their weight, or like having safety classes for kids on street smarts when they're riding their bike to wear a helmet and pads and stuff like that.
And just so you know, the funds for PTP actually go to Kapiolani Medical Center because it is a PTP hospital. So when you're raising funds for PTP, you're raising funds for Kapiolani Medical Center. Okay. We're asking that small clubs, which is around like 60 members and less, raise between $100 and $150. So far, only Hilo and Waikea on the Big Island have provided actual donations. K&K Kalike and I think a few Oahu clubs have communicated with us about submitting donations, but please remember that we are trying to go for the $5,000 and right now we have $1,500 approximately. So please commit to it. Large clubs, which is over 60 members, are asked to donate between $300 to $350. So put together those philanthropy projects and so forth. And if you do have any questions about PTP, you can contact me or call in again. Any questions? Okay. CNH District Convention, which is also referred to as DCON. The general details, it's from Friday, April 13th to the 15th. And it's going to be in Santa Clara at the Convention Center. The payment registration fee is $160 for on time, and the hotel and ground transportation is approximately $200. And I believe right now the airfare is back up to like between.
No, it's $560.
Just kidding, $560. And just so you know, if you check on Hawaiian Airlines every Tuesday, you may stumble upon like a very low airfare price, which can give you an opportunity to go to district convention. So check every Tuesday. But that's really where the money comes from, or like where a lot of people choose not to go to because of the airfare. And so if you actually do want to go to district convention, yes, Mom?
I just want you all to know that the Kiwanis clubs are very nice. And if you are running for president, or you are the president for next year, you can write a letter of request to your Kiwanis club, and they may not pay all of it, but they will pay some of it. There are a few clubs that actually pay all of it to go. Just let it
Hint, hint. Okay. But do not wait to the last minute to inform us that you want to go to DCON. So we prefer if you tell us before our convention so that we can make plans in advance. Right now, I think only people from Hilo and Waikea are going, and possibly from Baldwin, but no one from Oahu yet. So if you're interested, let us know. Any questions? Okay. The key for January is commit, and it basically surrounds the fact that we've all come back from winter intercession, and I know for some of you seniors, it's like you're traveling into senioritis land. And so just remember to continue to commit yourself to service from the heart, and some examples to commit yourself through the next couple of days in January is to maybe do like a membership development service project or another training to refresh the memories of your members. Has anyone done anything so far? Well, this is kind of like committing yourself because you know you're judging, so you're preparing yourself for the future. Yeah, okay. Any questions? Okay. 2012. Okay, well. The 2012-2013 Division 22 Lieutenant Governor. So it's that time of year again. We're all asking ourselves, who's going to challenge themselves to serve as our next Lieutenant Governor? Anyone in here right now? Shay? No, well, sorry, you're too old. But just remember that serving as Lieutenant Governor is a very time-consuming position, but it is also very rewarding. And if you are actually interested, there are a few steps that you have to take. You need to sign some agreement to serve forms, like telling us and telling the district that you are actually committing to the position. Then you have to go through some like simple, informal candidate training, which like helps you to prepare for convention, etc. Candidates also have to make a literature, which is basically like a piece of paper or like some type of contraption that explains your qualifications, your goals for our division, and other fun facts about yourself. And for convention, you need to prepare 2 speeches that you will present at the caucus sessions. And so, like very minor things, only 4 things. If anyone's interested. Is there anyone interested? No. Even the tiniest bit interested? Okay, awkward moment.
Well, put it this way, you might not want to say it in front of everybody, so can you talk to us later? Because something, it would be very embarrassing if we have a division with no lieutenant governor. I don't think you can do that. But I know what the Kiwanis do, they kind of force people, yeah?
Yeah, well, the way the Kiwanis Clubs do it, if anyone's interested, is that whoever's the Kiwanis Club in Hawaii that hasn't had an LDG has to put forward one.
Okay, I vote for that.
So, whoever hasn't had one in the longest time has to put one forward.
Kaiser
Yeah.
has never had an LTG.
We just did OIC. We have a div team member.
Marino.
Marino, that'd be so cool. New charter club, lieutenant governor.
Iolani has said several. Aiea, Punahou, Waipahu, Hilo, Waiakea. So where are we? Who else is here? Castle has had lieutenant governor. Before Mr. Chang. Or maybe before the for example. Okay, sorry. But that's a very good idea. We're going to run with this idea. So be prepared for emails.
But we don't want to pressure you into the position because we want you to enjoy yourself as your term as lieutenant governor. So if you're interested, you can talk to us in private or email us, etc. Okay, moving on to Wendy.
Are you running for LPG?
Well, not at the moment.
He's going to run for district.
Okay, this is private information. Thank you. Okay. New business. So more information. And this DCM is kind of like a prep for convention, just so you know everything that's going on. Just the general details. It is going to be February 10th to the 12th at the Sheraton Keauhou Bay Resort and Spa in Kailua Kona. And I believe some of your clubs, well, if you are going to convention, sad that some of you aren't. Okay, but if you are going to convention, I know some of your clubs have made plans with Kobayashi Travel Service, and I know others have done independent flight arrangements. And we are trying to accommodate your ground transportation. But just to let you know, convention will begin during the late afternoon of Friday. The first general session is scheduled for 5:30, and we will be ending around midday of Sunday, approximately like 12 o'clock. And our theme is Hearts and Love Key Club. Yeah. Okay. Does anyone know what it stands for? Hearts and Love. Okay, just refer to it as Hearts and Love then, I guess. But okay, Hearts and Love is here everyone achieves rewards through service and leadership, offering valuable experiences. Ooh. Basically, the convention theme represents the love we as key covers have for service to others, as well as the efforts we make to serve from our hearts. Many aspects of convention will be love themed to represent the passion we put forth in order to serve individuals in our homeschooling communities. So it's basically our love for service. Okay, color theme is red, pink, and white. It's like 2 days before Valentine's Day, so we kind of just combined everything in the whole month. Are there any questions about the general details though? Convention reminders. Please remember to review, don't remember, do it. Please review the dress code and the code of conduct before attending convention, because the Sergeant at Arms Committee, which is under the leadership of our Maui Island Coordinator, Catherine Chun, will be addressing any violations to the dress code and the code of conduct, and they will be enforcing it this year. So,
Ask them if they have any questions.
are there any questions? Girls, the dresses have to be 5 inches above the knees, not,
No, that's the shortest.
the shortest, preferably 10 inches below the knees. Shortest.
Because if not, there's going to be these people, they're going to come and they're going to go, excuse me, with the ruler. So please make sure that you don't do that, okay? But because you know what, I'll tell you this. Boys, you guys are usually cool. It's girls that don't know how to run. The biggest problem the boys have is they want to wear white sneakers. You can wear white sneakers except Saturday night. What? Saturday night you should wear dark colored shoes, right? With your dress clothes. But the girls cannot wear strapless, because they're going clubbing. And you know, this is what I told my club. Because they told me, oh, don't worry, I'm going to wear my winter ball dress, but I'm going to wear a jacket. And so I said, oh, so does that mean when you walk inside, you take off your jacket? And they go, I went, no. We're going to have SAAs walk around inside. Because you understand that if you're going to wear something that's not appropriate with a jacket, you have to have the jacket on the entire time. So might as well you come dressed casually, appropriately.
It's semi-formal.
Are we doing
You know what
tucked
I
in?
mean? So that you're comfortable.
Are we doing shirt tucked in?
Shirt. Yeah, I think it's shirt because it's semi-formal.
Well, no. During the actual convention, we used to a while ago, but we stopped it last
But
year.
like casual time?
Yeah.
Not for Saturday night. Saturday night, if boys want to wear shirts, they cannot have, you know the kind of shirts that have a tail? They have to be tucked in. But if you have a dress shirt that's square on the bottom, you can wear it outside. You understand?
But what about casual time? Is it need to be tucked in? I know that used to be a big issue. It's not. Okay, so we're not bringing it back.
Just to kind of, maybe we should go and look at this. On Friday is usually club attire because that's the time, like you can wear your t-shirt like this, because most of the time, all through convention, they want you to have a collared shirt. The only time you don't have to is because on Friday night, it's club attire night. So you can wear your club shirt with jeans and your sneakers, okay? And then you're gonna change maybe for your talent, right? Or if you're giving an oratory, you might change into a nice shirt and a top, right? Depending on how you give your oratory. And then on Saturday, we're gonna give you a shirt, that yellow shirt there, and some of you went to RTC, so you already have it, and others will get their yellow shirt, and you can wear jeans again, or you can wear capris, or you can wear shorts. But do not wear shorts that are like this. You know that 5-inch okay? And then on Saturday night is semi-formal, kind of like winter wall, or I don't know, exactly winter wall kind of things. And this is one of my girls. Can I wear one shoulder? She brings the dress. I said, does that look appropriate? Read the dress code. And she says, well, it says it needs a strap that has one strap. Plus that it was like this, I said, no. So just be careful because what Walton's doing a really good job this year. They even are having a class and fashion shows so that SAAs know what is appropriate and what is not appropriate. Okay? And I would hate for you to have to spend the night in your house. Okay? Because you don't have appropriate hat. And then on Sunday you can wear jeans and a collar like a polo shirt, whatever.
Any questions? Okay. Review the code of conduct. Okay. More convention reminders. In regards to guests and dignitaries, remember to stand and applaud the first time important guests are introduced at convention. So important guests include our district trustee, the Kiwanis district trustee, who is Mr. Kagawa from Big Island. And you also must stand for our Kiwanis, our immediate past Kiwanis Lieutenant Governor, Ms. Carol Smith. She's from Pearl Harbor, Kiwanis. And then the current Lieutenant Governor, Ms. Adele Rugg from Maui. And then the Lieutenant Governor-elect, Mr. Field from Big Island. So all the anything that has the term governor in it, you have to stand the first time and applaud, and trustee. So even for our CNH Key Club District Governor, remember to stand and applaud. And for the Kiwins Governor, who will also be attending, remember to stand and applaud.
You have to do it both Friday night and Saturday night.
Yes, Friday and Saturday. Every day. Okay. Are there any questions? Okay. Club task lists are being distributed to all leadership team members. And what I think the president or the leadership team member should do is highlight what tasks you're responsible for, so that you don't go back and find something the day before convention. And also remember the deadlines. One of the most important ones is the slideshow. You know how we have our annual slideshow at convention. Remember to send the pictures to Aiea. All the information is in the slideshow, in the task list, by Tuesday, January 31st, 2012. Are there any questions about club task list? Okay. Caucus sessions without a lieutenant governor candidate. So we will be having 2 caucus sessions at convention. One will be on Friday evening and the other on Saturday morning. And basically, a caucus session is why we go to convention, to elect the next leader of our division. And so in a caucus session, candidates are introduced and asked to enter the caucus room, and they're given a set amount of time to present a speech. The audience is then given an opportunity to ask questions that yield the best candidate, etc. And the clubs will conduct their voting on Saturday morning after the second caucus session. Any questions? So your task, for those of you going to convention, is to come prepared to the caucus sessions to ask questions that will challenge candidates. That's your task. Write down on your notes area in your agenda right now. Thank you. Are there any questions? Yes.
What is going to be the service project on Saturday?
We have not established it yet. Sorry. But
Actually, he did email me. Did you see that last night?
we will communicate it to you in an email. But one of our service projects is a penny war. Yay! Okay, fine. But yes, one of our service projects at convention, and it's going to be an ongoing service project, is a penny war. So I hope you all remember your club buddy groups from RTC and from throughout the entire year, because that's how you will be split up for the penny war. So start collecting your pennies now, and your big bills, to throw into other people's jars. Any questions about the penny war service project? No. Okay. Members in good standing. So members in good standing are basically members who have made 50 service hours throughout the year. How many already since the beginning of this Key Club year have made 50 service hours?
Good job.
Yay, okay. Well, along with making 50 service hours, you have to make sure that your club paid your dues, which they did, and you have to uphold the values and ideals of Key Club International while portraying excellent character. So I believe you all are probably members in good standing. An Excel sheet will be sent out to your leadership team, to the leadership team about it. Okay, well this is kind of late, but member recognition, submit e-portfolios for district convention. All the applications are on the CNH Cyber Key, and a whole bunch of clubs in here did not submit for our convention. So, you know, please go on to the CNH Cyber Key and utilize the applications that are available. Yes, Mom?
There are a number of you here who are officers that did not do a portfolio. Well, if you look carefully at the officer thing, for example, let's say president, there is a checklist. If you do the checklist, then at convention, at district convention, you will be so honored if you have completed all the things on the checklist. And the checklist is very simple. Somebody has to initial it and somebody has to sign it. There's no essay, and although you saw some people did some wonderful e-portfolios, you know, because you might not be able to do that for this year, you certainly can at least do the officer checklist for yourself, right? Okay, so you folks all need to go and do that and ask your advisors to do that for you because they have to sign, okay? So can we expect a whole lot? You can bring it to me at convention. I will then go ahead and, do you have to sign on their own, Keelan?
You can bring it to either Mrs. Matahara or I.
Yeah, because the
Can
people
sign it.
from district will be there, and I will have them hand carry it back so that you can make sure that it's all eligible. So can you talk it over with your advisors and your other officers and at least do that? But you need to know that there are some, even though our judging is done because you did it today, you can still enter a single service project or a theme and major emphasis project and mail it to them by
March 2nd.
March 2nd.
Okay, well leading on to that, the deadline for district contests and awards is Friday, March 2nd, 2012, which means that all the e-portfolios, if you decide to actually do one, needs to be emailed to them. And if you're planning on doing a single service project or a major emphasis project, the binder need to be received by that date. So start planning now if you are actually going to implement the project. Back up to here, I did not receive member recognition spreadsheets from a lot of clubs, and although we already did judge the e-portfolios, it's also going to be used for the on-site contest so that we know like how to time everything. So can you please remind your club presidents to submit the member recognition checklist spreadsheet to me and Ms. Matahara. Okay. Hopefully you all are having work days or work sessions or practices for your club to prepare for the various on-site contests such as talent, quiz bowl, impromptu essay, and prepared oratory. Disregard this because we are already here. But are there any questions about member recognition, especially like the on-site member recognition? Oh, that is great. Okay. Club officer election. So according to the International Guidebook, elections are actually supposed to be held during the month of February, but it's okay if you have it in March, I guess. Yeah. Just try and do it by the end of March for the convenience of your next lieutenant governor, and so that they can start communicating with your next executive board. So any directory information will be sent out by your next lieutenant governor. Are there any questions? Okay. The key for February is recognize. And so by attending convention, for those of you going to convention, it actually is like recognition in itself because you're celebrating with your old and new Key Club friends about like in regards to this past year and the service you've done, etc. And if you're not going to convention, you can still have, you know, a celebration, like maybe a social with all of your members, give out certificates and members in good standing certificates, etc. Any questions about anything whatsoever? Convention, etc. Okay. Next DCM will be at convention, and if you won't be going to convention, your island coordinator will send out notes like about announcements, mainly in regards to like district convention and next year's division team and so forth. Monthly submissions. Not many presidents have been sending in their DCM reports, so please, please, please remind your presidents that they need to send them in within 3 days, and today's Saturday, which means by Tuesday. So Tuesday. MRFs, thank you for those of you who have been submitting your MRFs. I think for the month of October, we had 20 out of 23 MRFs coming up at all. We need to maintain that. Okay. So the next MRF will be due on Friday, February 3rd, which is the week before convention. And remember to submit it to Ms. Masahara, your faculty and Kiwanis advisor, and your club president, along with me. And if you made any changes to your MRFs, this is for the secretaries. Just note it in the email. District and division newsletters. I don't believe anybody from Oahu has been sending newsletter submissions in a while. So I highly encourage that you do that so that we can hear, well actually Waipahu sent a lot a while ago. But yeah, yay Waipahu. But I highly encourage that you send in newsletter submissions so that we can hear about your amazing Key Club stories. And I believe that's it. Right now, we're trying to work on getting most of you to become distinguished Key Clubs and diamond level distinguished Key Clubs. So if you, for the secretaries, write this down, or for members or presidents, if you go onto your annual achievement reports tab in your MRF AAR tab, and you see that you are in maybe like the mid to high 100s, can you please, well, we will contact you to make sure that you reach the level.
Let me just tell you one thing. I don't know how many of you have ever really looked at that, and even for the advisors, I think it's really behooves you to do it. Because at RTC, when we kind of shared that, we said that that's one of the ways you can set goals for your club, by looking at what the expectations are. Just like how your teacher in your class tells you, this is the expectation, you have to have this many, whatever, to get an A. That's what you have to do for yourself. You have to understand what the expectations are. And I didn't talk to Colin, but I will use Pinoho as an example. They do a lot of service projects, but they have not earned any dollars yet. So one of the things that says for philanthropy, whether you fundraise for your club or fundraise for an organization, it's worth 20 points. They have 0. If they would earn money, that would go up. Then of course you have Kauai High School. They have earned over $20,000. So they had 20 points way back whenever, because they did that, okay? So everybody needs to just look at it so you can see what are your own goals, because you don't have to earn 20,000. I think, what is it, about, depending on the number of members you have, you can have, so you get only 10 points, but then it's points, right? So you look at that and you can tell. On the bottom it'll say 0. Can you go back up and say, what was 0? Oh, gosh, it says we should have had presenters at our meeting. Does anybody ever have a speaker come to your meeting? You have a speaker come to your meeting, you indicate, your secretary indicates that, and it gives you a point. See, we didn't know those things until we looked at the AAR. So you folks should kind of do that too. And I'll be very honest with you, I would say, the last time I looked, which was in December, the December MRFs, there were at least 8, 10 clubs that had 130 or higher. That means you're in the ballpark, so let's move it. Because that's kind of our goal, to make sure that you folks are off path. Well, you folks are, you know. You get recognized for it. Yes?
For philanthropy, does Happy Sad Dollars or school-wide fundraisers count? Like school-wide, as in every club does a fundraiser kind of event, does that count?
And so what do you do with that money? You give it to the school? You fundraise
It's
and
either
earn-
for our club or we donate it to a charity or
Yes, it
organization.
counts. And there's two different categories. Money that you earn for yourself to do service, and then money that you earn, like UNICEF or PTP, that you give to somebody else.
Okay.
Okay, very good.
Shane.
What are the cutoff points for distinguished and diamond? Do you
We
know?
actually don't know that. It kind of changes depending on what the clubs in international get each year. But I think you're pretty safe when you're above 160. Yeah. By the end of February. By the end of February, if you're above 160, then you're diamond level. Yeah. So aim for that. Aim high. Okay, are there any questions?
Kaiser's really close to it.
Kaiser, Aiea, etc. Okay, if not, there are still refreshments in the back. And I'll adjourn this DCM at 12:18 p.m.
Thank you very much.